The new MTN Mobile Money Commission structure is here. Now, I don't want you to get scared. Let's get into this just right away. The MTN Mobile Money structure has been very clear, and actually it has been somewhat different from the Airtel Money Commission structure. But there is something that MTN has changed just of recent, and these changes started on the 1st of November. They were communicated on the 27th of October, and these are the changes. Those who have been MTN Mobile Money agents know it very well that the amount of commission has been largely dependent on the amount of transactions you've made within that month. Because let's assume you've made 50 transactions in a day. You'll be rewarded more commission than somebody who has done 5 transactions per day. But this is no longer the case. Something has changed because there have been complaints within the mobile money agents, because look at it this way: somebody who has done 5 transactions of 5 million, that is transactions amounting to a total of 25 million in a day. Compare that person with somebody who has done 100 transactions of 100,000 in a day. That means that the other person has done transactions of 25 million and this person has done transactions of 10 million. They are not the same. They are quite different in the number of transactions that they have done. Yes, this one has done more transactions than the other one, but these transactions are extremely different from each other in volume. So this is what MTN Mobile Money has chosen to do. Now, the commission is no longer dependent on the number of transactions you've made in a month. It is now dependent on the amount of transactions you've made. Just like I've explained before, if you've made transactions of 2 million, 5 of them in a day, that is 10 million. You will get more commission than somebody who has done 50 transactions of 10,000 in a day. In other words, the bigger the total amount of transactions you've made in a day, the bigger the commission. So, how is this going to affect the common mobile money agent? Yes, it is really going to affect, but it is going to affect you negatively only if you don't have enough capital. Because you have been having incidences where there are people who do not have capital at all. When you go to withdraw money, he first has to go and borrow somewhere to give you cash. Then if you want to deposit, he has to go to another agent, borrow some float, and then that's not going to work. What is going to work is the total amount of the transactions that have been made. If you make 5 transactions of 10 million in a day, you are far much more than somebody who has done 100 transactions in a day of just 20,000. That's a major difference. There is something that has changed as well. Now, mobile money agents understand this. You have a commission account, and this commission money has always been coming on a daily basis, and you had the opportunity to withdraw that money at will. But now the new changes in the mobile money commission structure says you will have that money come to your commission account. But the only difference is that you will not have the opportunity to withdraw that money until the end of the month. I mean, this could be an inconvenience, but yes, it is something that MTN has thought about. I mean, it is a commission and it is supposed to help you. If you have the right to use it at any time you want, there have been cries out there that you find at the end of the month you've received a commission of, for example, 600,000, but you have been withdrawing 20,000, 50,000, 20,000, 10,000, 5,000, and at the end of the month you do not even imagine that you even received any commission. But MTN has thought about it and said, no, you will have the right to look at the amount of commission that belongs to you, but you do not have the opportunity to withdraw the money. You will be looking at it, but you cannot withdraw it. But on at the beginning of the next month, between 3rd and 6th, you will be having the opportunity to withdraw that money. And I think this is a good thing. But there is something that has changed. I think this is quite absurd because the new structure says no mobile money agent is allowed to send money to a number that is not within her reach. In other words, you in other words, if I'm in Bundibujo town and I want a mobile money agent to send money to my wife who is in, for example, Kampala, MTN cannot allow the agent to do that. If the agent does that, MTN will charge the agent. So, what will the agent choose to do in this instance? They will also instead charge me. And this, you remember very well, a few years ago, MTN and Airtel communicated about this thing, and they said this is not allowed. Do not give any single coin to an agent to send you money or to send money to your loved one. The money for sending and money for withdrawing is deducted directly from the account. And now this has changed. This MTN has called direct deposit. In other words, they do not allow anyone to send money to somebody who is a bit far from where they are. They're supposed to send money to your mobile money account so that you send that money to the person you want to send to. And there have been instances of where people have been withdrawing money from people who are very far from them. For example, I'll go to a mobile money agent, insert my friend's number, then my friend who is very far, thousands of kilometers away from me, can put their PIN number, and then I get money from the agent. MTN is also saying that will not be allowed. If an agent does that, they will fine the agent. So in that instance, the agent will eventually fine the person who is doing that withdrawal. And I think it's not a good idea, because this thing had isn't the way people interacted with MTN mobile money. There have been very many changes that have been made in the MTN mobile money commission structure. The ones I've talked about are just a few of them, and majorly they are the ones that have been raising questions among the community. There are very many others, we shall explain them some other time, but those are the ones that are shaking the nation at the moment. Remember, Airtel hasn't changed theirs at all, but what MTN has done on the side of allowing their agents access their commissions at the end of the month is what Airtel is already doing. Airtel doesn't allow agents to access their commissions or every day. You can look at it, but you are not allowed to have it withdrawn from your line. That is what MTN has adopted as well. But what Airtel doesn't have is the fact that you have no right to send money to somebody who is a bit far, or to withdraw money from someone's account who is far from your reach. And in this case, I have a feeling that very many people would shift from using MTN Mobile Money to Airtel Money, because with Airtel, I have the right to withdraw money from someone who is a bit far, and also I have the right to deposit money on someone's account who is a bit far from me. And this is a very interesting idea, aside from MTN's changes. So if you've learned something from this, for example, if you are a mobile money agent, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because this is the only way you can help us grow. Thank you, and thank you so much.